First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
And welcome back to Fox 12 Now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Greg Nibbler, live here from Fox 12 Oregon newsroom. We're here every weekday at 1 o'clock, going all the way till our 4 p.m. news. Right now, though, I'm talking about our Project Hunger Free initiative with Fred Meyer and QFC called Pour It Forward. And this is in honor of National Cereal Day, which is coming up on March 7th. And with that, we are inviting everyone to head down to your local Fred Meyer QFC and donate a box of cereal. So this is something that you can do, even just picking it up right there in the store, dropping it off on your way out, and these boxes will end up at local food banks, helping out people in our community. And so what we want to do is actually show our interview that we had with Tiffany Sanders from Fred Meyer, just to talk about this initiative, how it really got started, and again, how you can help out all of those people in your community with a box of cereal. Well, Tiffany, thank you very much for joining us. Excited to have you here on the show, and of course for this drive that's been going on, and I want to talk all about that. Before we do, would you mind, just letting us know a little bit about yourself and your role there?
Yeah, so my name is Tiffany Sanders, and I am the head of communications and public affairs at Fred Meyer and QFC stores across the Pacific Northwest, but more importantly right now, right here in Portland.
And tell us about this drive. I know we've been talking about it, people are aware of it, but I really want to go into the details of this, of how this really came about and what it's representing.
Yeah, our local food banks are always needing more help. And in fact, the need has never been greater than it is right now. And so as I've been having conversations with some of our food bank partners, they've really been expressing how after the holidays, things tend to slow down. Food drives and donations tend to slow down. So I was looking at the calendar and I saw that there was National Cereal Day coming up on March 7th. So I spoke to the food banks and asked, hey, what about a cereal drive? And they loved the idea. They thought, of course, families especially, that first meal that kids are able to make on their own is cereal. So it's so helpful for families to be able to have cereal. So this is the Pour It Forward cereal drive, and you can donate at any local Fred Meyer or QFC grocery store.
I love it. I mean, and that is something that, I have to admit, I don't normally think about either when you think about a food bank. But I mean, that is so important, especially for kids and families, to have that option there, to have just a bowl of cereal in the morning or the afternoon if you're an adult sometimes as well.
Right. And I think we all have special memories about our favorite cereals growing up, right? So it's kind of a fun thing. Cereals these days, there's a whole aisle dedicated just to all the different cereals. So it can be anything from, your standard favorite like a Cheerio all the way up to we've got high protein flakes and things with the, strawberries and dried fruits and nuts. And you've got oatmeals. You've got everything you can imagine. So it's more than just that sugary box of cereal that maybe some of us grew up with. Now there's some very healthy choices that you can make that can really help local families that need it.
Yeah, it is such a hugely expanded, marketplace when it comes to cereal. So yeah, so many options, which is great. And, you mentioned, donating these, and I want to emphasize to everybody like how they can go about doing that and contributing and donating cereal, whatever it is that they decide to get.
Yeah, it's super simple. So as you're doing your grocery shopping at your local Fred Meyer or QFC, just grab an extra box of cereal and throw it in your cart. And after you go through checkout, you can put that box of cereal in our bins that are located in the front end of the store. There's a nice big sign on the front of it that says Pour It Forward. It has a picture of a bowl of cereal, and you drop it in that bin. And then we have food banks that come to our stores all week long. They're already picking up food donations that we provide throughout the week. And so right now they're picking up those boxes of cereal as well, and they're adding it to their collection to take back to food banks and to feed people. So very easy, simple to do, and so all you got to do is just throw an extra box in your cart.
I love it, and do it right there. You're already at the store. You're already doing your shopping. Just drop one in as you go. And I know there's a couple events too where Fox 12 Oregon is going to be out at the Walker Road. Fred Meyer, I believe Leah is going to be out there in person, so people can go say hi to her as they're doing that as well. And then National Cereal Day, you mentioned, is on Saturday, the 7th?
Yeah, Saturday. Who knew? Saturday, March 7th is National Cereal Day. So a great reason to celebrate National Cereal Day by donating a box of cereal.
Okay, I have to ask, do you have a favorite cereal?
I do. So I'm kind of just the old faithful Honey Nut Cheerio. I think that is the perfect cereal that you can have. It's got a little bit of sweetness, but also makes me think I'm being kind of healthy with the oats in there. So yeah, how about you? Do you have a favorite?
Honey Nut Cheerios that is a solid choice. I mean, granted, when I was a kid, I'd go for the Captain Crunch and something like that. But I think Golden Grams. I'm going with Golden Grams.
It's a good one.
Yeah, a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got a good one there. Yeah.
It makes me feel like I'm saying, something healthier. But yeah, it's. But either way, there's no wrong choice, and it's just something that people can help out, donate. So great way to do it. Anything else that you think is important for people to know?
The other thing I was going to add is we've got so much shelf-stable milk now to choose from. So I have a little example. Here's an almond milk, and this just sits on the shelf. So, you might, if you're feeling a little extra generous, you might grab an extra one of these to throw in with that cereal because food banks can always use the protein of the milk to provide, which can be a hard thing to get to food banks because usually milk needs to be refrigerated. But now we've got great options with shelf-stable choices. So grab an extra a little canister of that, put that in with the cereal as well.
Such a great idea. Yeah, you need that to go with your cereal. So that's fantastic. Well, thank you very much, for joining us and for this partnership and just, getting the word out there and helping people in our community. At the end of the day, that's what that's all about, is just getting people something to help them out, whatever that case may be, and to help out all these great organizations. And, thank you so much, Tiffany, for joining me here too to talk about this. I really appreciate it.
Well, and thank you to Fox 12. We appreciate the partnership and the work that you're doing to make sure that people have access to food right here in our community.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks a lot. All right. As you can see right there, you can donate boxes of cereal now through March 10th, and a lot of opportunities to do that in your neighborhood. And so a great way to help out those people in your community with a box of cereal. And think about what your favorite cereal is. And, maybe you can buy that one, or as she mentioned, there's a lot of choices there. So thanks for joining us again. This is Fox 12 Now. We appreciate all of you being here as a part of the show, and we will continue on with more. This show live streams here every weekday throughout the afternoon, so we've got plenty more for you. But for now, we'll take a quick break. We'll talk to you soon. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.